take these glasses off. Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. I will say this is a lovely night in which the Most High Yah has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall rest therein. I decided to sit here, to lie here and relax, and to give you some insight on what is going on. I want you all to know how important it is to go in the direction toward the light. The light holds all things. All things is upheld by the light. Go to the light and give the Most High Yah all your heart, soul, strength. Just give it to him and feel good about it. Because I'm going to tell you all, just hearing Solemn, it really did something to me. It made me realize how important it is to just trust in Yah each and every day, and not to lead to our own understanding, and know that He has set a path for us, and we can walk therein. But we must have something greater in us to lead us down that path in which He has prepared for us. I sit back and I think about how I sat up and was listening to Ezekiel, the whole book, and I heard so many times the people that calls themselves the children rebelled and profaned the Most High's name. You all don't get caught up in the name that comes out of our ugly people's mouth. That same name that they think they got nailed to the wall. Oh, I got the name. You got to say the name. You have to be about the name. It's the same name that come out the same ugly mouth, where they have cursing, they have disrespect, they have hate, they have all kind of ugly things coming out of, and yet they still speak the name. So that leads me to believe that, which the Most High Yah shared with me, it's not the name in which they are speaking, you guys. It's not the name that they are speaking out of their ugly mouth, their sinful flesh. It makes them feel good that they can have something and label it under their umbrella of Hebrew Israelite movement in a newfound denomination that is labeled under the Hebrew Israelite movement. So it's a lot of things in it. I know when I first got on YouTube, they used to be hung up on all the commandments, the law, and they were using it and slinging it like an iron claw. They don't do that anymore. You don't hear them slinging the law. Keep the law, the commandments, the law and the commandments. I hear the Most High speaks to me about the law. He said, Deborah, I gave Adam, that man, one law and one commandment. You see, just one. and he broke it. So what make us think that where we at today, that we are not breaking the law? Something as simple, something as simple as do not take but eat of the tree of life. That was it. But yet they can feel they can uphold all the commandments today. And Adam couldn't uphold one. He couldn't uphold it. So it's a lot that we as a people, you're going to hear me saying we, but I don't include myself, but I do include myself, okay, as a people, that we need to understand so much there is to understand. And this is what keeping us from apologizing to the Most High Yah and repenting. Many of you all don't even understand why it's important to repent. Because if you really sit down under the Spirit and read the book, and if you can't see how a people that are called by his name have conducted themselves throughout time after time after time after time, you would see that through the Spirit would teach you through letting you or suffering you to read. And then you see how many times they have disobeyed and disrespect and profaned the Father that locked them in as his children under his name. You all just don't know how grateful I am that he took that stumbling block out of many way so that they don't have to stumble on what man says. Because man got people thinking that, oh, the name is this and this here name is that. They saying Jesus. And they want me to show you how wrong they are, y'all. And you all out there, you all are evil and wicked. You all have profaned his name. You all have disrespected his name. You all have disrespected his ways, his order, his commandments. You all just don't realize the things that you have done. And it is so great to the point where once he clean you up and take you back to your land, guess what he gonna do with you? He gonna let your iniquity and how ugly you have been toward him be brought up in your inner man, so you can see your iniquity, your wickedness, your sin. But he gonna clean you up just so he can get you across that water on the other side to that land that he promised Abraham. See, one thing y'all don't understand that so it just seem, oh, I just feel it's just seem a people. We as a people don't deserve. We are not entitled to be cleaned up so that he can fulfill the promise of Abraham. I'm gonna tell y'all what he shared with me today when I was videoing. I was videoing a message and I was turning the corner, and it just hit me all at once. It says, Deborah, I grafted a people in. How could I graft them in under the power and the authority of the children's ways? Let me explain what he's saying. He said, our thoughts are not his thoughts. and is a distance from his ways. Our ways are not his ways, and that it is a distance from his thoughts. He said that if he grafted nations in, Gentiles in, he grafted them in not under what we believe or the order we stand for or the newfound religion we have found ourselves under. And the reason why he said we're in a newfound religion is because we're still doing what our forefathers done. We're idling. And that's what that newfound religion under that umbrella is. It's an idol. The umbrella is an idol. And they worshiping under that newfound religion called the Hebrew Israelite movement. And they all up under there, under the umbrella, and not one is on one accord. That's why they can't unite. That's why they can't come together. That's why they have hate in their hearts. That's why they so crooked that they cannot be made straight. You see? So the way that the children are, they are so crooked and wicked and evil to the point that Yah feels that for his name's sake, so that the heathens may know that he is Yah, because they know him by what? His power. They know him by his power. They can recognize him by his power, but the children know not. But they all everywhere putting themselves on pedestals, men wanting to be kings and leaders and rulers, and can't even rule themselves. So therefore he was saying, how dare the Hebrew Israelite movement expect his name to be categorized the way we said it should be as a people, when we have not followed his order or who he stands for thousands of years. When he showed me how they split up Deuteronomy chapter 28 3 different ways, that blew my mind. They took the first part of his grace, his mercy, and his love pleading with us. They threw that one off and threw it away. Then they tore off the back end of Deuteronomy 28, where he said, until they are destroyed. And they threw that away. They kept the middle part because they felt that they can pull that middle part under their umbrella, their newfound religion called Hebrew Israelite movement, so that they can prove that they are the children. But the Most High already know that the heathens and the Gentiles know that we are the children. It's just us too ignorant to realize it. I think that's very powerful. But let me go back to what he told me today. As I was turning that car, he said, how is it? He had said so many things. It was like a quicken. And he was telling me about how a people want the Gentiles to fall under them in their order. So the Hebrew Israelite movement is only accepting the heathens, the Gentiles and the heathens, if they followed under their order. That shows you they have started a new denomination and they idling a new God. You see? He said that the name that we smeared is not a name that can come out or be uttered out of our ugly mouth that's full of iniquity and sin, wickedness, disobedience, stiff-neck, rebellion, and whoring. So why do we, he say, as a people expect the Gentiles and the heathens to come up under our order? when we have not been up under his order. So it brought me to the fullness of saying, making a lot of sense what he was saying to me, making a whole lot of sense, is how dare we, a stiff neck, rebellion, and disobedient, a hateful, an Andre, a jealous people. How dare we want other nations to serve our, our God when we serve not him ourselves? It's not the name, you guys, that we mumble jumble out of our mouth. It is an entity that he has put us up under, which is his name. He has adopted us and put us as his children and gave us his name. And we have not had any respect for it, even during the 2021. And we wanting people to be chastised over the name we mumbled out of our mouth that is full of iniquity, and out of our thoughts that are wicked and evil and hateful. You see, and out of our tradition that we desire as our forefathers to idol and worship idols. Everybody wants to be worshiped. Look on this devil platform. Everybody wants to be worshiped. They want the likes. They want the subscribers. They want to be told, I'm this, and oh, I love your message. Everything that does not give Yah praise, they want the praise all to themselves. They're doing a job, an excellent job, but the problem is you doing it in the name of the beast's right hand. So you're doing it in the name of evil and wicked. Do you get what you inherit on these platforms? My job is, and Solomon has mentioned it to me as well, focus, Deborah, on your calling. Keep feeding the people to get ready, to get ready, to get ready. It's about to rain. Get ready. The ark has been built. No more building. It's about to rain. Get up, run to the light. Get there while you have a chance. I believe as well that the reason why I hear a lot of men on these devil platforms complaining about when they believe in the Old Testament, but they don't believe in the New Testament. When they believe in the disciples, they don't believe in Paul. You see? It's so many stuff, so many things that they want to bring under this one umbrella, which is the Hebrew Israelite movement. And it's all about deceiving you. Everything that's under this umbrella is a deceiver. And they're after deceiving you to join in to them. And Yah is not going to stop them. But I guess in a sense, a lot of times I do kind of feel where Jonah was feeling. But then on the other end, I think about the final judgment. I don't think people realize you're not really going to get away with it. Yes, he has been very, 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 very lenient toward many. After he nailed the promise to Abraham, the promise was not eternal life. And that's what a lot of Hebrew Israelite people don't understand. The promise was only that which is natural. The promise is not spiritual. You see? That's why he said he does what he's going to do for his name. Why? Because his name is spiritual. His name is holy. Okay? So therefore, what he's going to do as far as cleaning a people up before he take them, them over to the land, these are the things he's going to do. These are the things he has to do to be able to stand your stank, to take your stank over to a new land, which he's going to charge it to be built back up. He's going to make some charges to the land, and the land going to come up, and it's going to be like the land of Eden, just to get prepared to take you over. But just to get rid of all your stank, he's going to be doing a lot of things to you just to get rid of your stank, put you over on that land. But by and by, he's going to allow your iniquity and everything about you come before you while you own that land. It's just going to come out of nowhere. You're going to remember your evil, your wicked, your iniquity, the things that you did toward him and others. His ideal is to get you to fulfill that promise. Once he fulfilled that promise, that's it, y'all. I know they teaching you all you going into the New Jerusalem. No, you're not. No. There are some things that's actually going to take place on that land. Now, after that, then the judgment, the final judgment. And I think that's where you all are missing a great deal of a lot of things. Yes, there's going to be a lot of the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah in the New Jerusalem. But I do not believe it's going to be like those that is under the umbrella thinking that it's going to be. It's not going to be like that. Throughout time, he have destroyed a nation by great numbers because not being able to bear the things that they continue to do. They did it with no remorse, no care, no feeling, no compassion, no anything. And that's how the minds of our men are today. See, they don't understand that the crack is in their link. If that crack is healed, then everything that falls after the man will be restored. But see, they don't understand why is it he's always ministering to them, telling them to do this and to do that. Why? Because he looks at how he created it with the intent that a man leads. But what man did, he got uplifted and boosted, and what I call a swollen head, I call it cast iron head, to where nothing Yah has done or those that he have sunk down to warn and to give a right now word and to really direct the people into what is righteous. They always went left throughout every prophet. They never followed the direction of the prophet. They always went the opposite way. But yet, they feel that the heathens and the Gentiles should say the name that they have said. What has happened throughout time? That if you had the name, why having nothing in you? See, that's what he's saying. He's saying everything that they say out of their mouth that's full of iniquity, wicked, evil, and hate. How dare them think that his name is founded under what they say? It's impossible, he says. So the Gentiles do not have to have the name that comes out of our ugly mouth, our mouth that's full of iniquity, wickedness, evil, and hate, stiff neck and rebellion and disobedience. But yet we want them to hear what we call Yah and go by that. They want them to do everything that we do to follow Yah in our way and in our thoughts and our ways. Not, no, said the Most High Yah. Not so. It's his voice they hear and they follow him. Your voice ain't worth hearing with all that iniquity, wickedness, stiff neck, rebellion, disobedient, and that mouth that profane the Most High Yah day and night, night and day. How dare you, he said, want to charge the Gentiles and the heathens to follow up under the traditions in which you have created within yourself and have formed yourself, your newfound religion and all. They don't have to get under your umbrella with you. You have not set no example, none whatsoever, anything out of righteousness. You can't even be righteous with your brother. So why should a nation of people follow under the traditions of the Hebrew Israelite movement that's under that umbrella? He was breaking that thing down to me in a way I said, Father, it's no way a person can grip that in this day and time, because that is so powerful. It's the way he told me, the way he was speaking to me, I was like, oh, that is so powerful. Father, I told him, it's no way in the world I would have come up with that. But that is a excellent point, a perfect point. How do we expect anybody to follow us, the children, as we say, of the Most High Yah, which is all righteous? How do we expect them to follow us, and we have not made his name holy in the midst of us? We have profaned his name in the year of 2021 and continue, and don't have no problems doing it. It is who we are up under, the entity of his name. His name is not what you call it, it's what you walk therein. It's what you walk therein. His name is founded under righteousness. His name is founded under faith. His name is founded under endurance. His name is founded under love, mercy, grace. His name is founded under those categories. So you tell me this Hebrew Israelite movement that's all balled up, all of them up under an umbrella, these are the things that you must understand. That is his name. For his name is holy. His name is I am. I am all of these entities in one. I am who I said that I am. I am not who you say, but who I say that I am. And they don't hear that. They think it's about the way they pronounce the word of his name. And the ignorance is it's an entity. that you fall under. And when you fall under, you begin to walk according or accordingly to that name characteristics. So it's not what you say. It's not how you, and that's like the feast days and all these days that they try to celebrate. All that is what you call role playing. They got on role playing clothes. But I say to you all, I'm going to do just like the prophets been ministering to me since I've been off this platform. And they constantly minister to me. Just do what you're called to do. Don't try to work on these people. Don't try to work with these people, because these are people that Yah have sent over and over and over us. You. That's what they were saying to me. And Solomon really nailed it. That's why he got into that stage where everything became vain and vexed. The people wasn't getting it no way. They wasn't listening. They wasn't taking heed to it. They wasn't getting it no way. Everything he realized was just vain and vexed, worthless. Because if you ain't walking in that name, you ain't talking in that name, you ain't living in that name. You see? And this is what Solomon was experiencing. Now, someone might say, well, Solomon can't say nothing. He went the women's way and he turned around and started dealing with their idols. We have to know that a lot of that might not be true. It might not. Most likely it's not. Really, it's not. Because when the Spirit taught me Matthew's chapter 1, just chapter 1 alone, he revealed to me that everybody that's listed in chapter 1 of Matthew's, from David to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and on down, were the seed carrier. That's the seed carrier that had to crush the plan of the serpent's head, which was his plan. And their heel got bruised because the serpent always chased after the steps that Yah had ordered for them. Every last one of them are the seed carrier. You notice Moses not in there. You notice there's several of them not in there because they weren't the seed carrier. You see? Those that he has listed there are the seed carrier. They came strictly from the heavens. What I mean by that, they came down here with the torch, okay, to run the race. And then once they completed it, they handed to another. So they were the seed all the way down to Yeshua HaMashiach. So I say unto you, Solomon was found in there. And each one of those men, just like I was explaining to you all, you don't have no name, baby. There's no name like you all think. It's an entity that you walk therein. And you are identified, and you can identify the entity because when you're walking into that name, you will know where you stand in Yah. You see, because you'll be walking in that name. You're walking mean representing that name, you know, desiring to represent it, desiring to please that name, desiring to do the things that's positive in that name, the righteousness, the grace and mercy, the love and the kindness, the faith, the endurance, all those good things you walk in that entity of his name. It's not what you say out your ugly mouth, y'all. They get you the name. That's why when judgment came, he said that one that came up there and he's going to be saying this, he's going to be saying that, I did this, I did that. That's why. And the main thing he used is what they using here on today, on these devil platforms, that name. They slinging that name. But when he got to glory for judgment, he thought he was going to be able to stand before Yah and sling that name. But Yah said what? I never knew thee. So you slung that word, that name down there on the earth, but my word, my name is an entity. It's not a name that comes out of your ugly mouth. You see, you don't have to say, I did this in your name. I did this. Anything you do, if you are founded under the righteousness, which is his name, it's going to be able to have the power to do those things. You see? But when that one came to judgment and said, I did this in your name, I did this in your name, it wasn't the name that you did it in. It was the power that rests therein under that entity. That's why he said, depart from me, you worker of iniquity. See, so it's telling you all, if you keep on running down here trying to master a name that coming out of the ugly men, and if you knew half of these men, a lot of them are in the closet and out of the closet and on here role playing while they in the closet. You see? And they things that they're saying to you all and teaching you all regarding a newfound religion. It's not holy. It's not righteous. You don't find the faith. You don't find the love in the Hebrew Israelite movement. You don't find grace and mercy. You don't find kindness. You don't find endurance. You don't find unity. You don't find no characteristics of Yah in the Hebrew Israelite movement. But yet they expect the Gentiles and the heathens to match up with what they say they do, their understanding, their ways. But yet they refuse to follow the ways of the Most High Yah, who has chosen them to be sons. That's deep to me. So when he was sharing that with me, I appreciate the Most High for doing just that. So our Sister Deborah's not going to hold you any longer. I'm going to turn in. And I just wanted to put something out and also say again and again and again, all my topics going to lead you to the direction of the light. And I'm gonna tell you, give you a little ideal of the light in which I'm trying to inform you of, so that you can get up and start heading to the light. Go into the light. During the New Jerusalem, there's not gonna be sun, moon, stars, and there will be none of that, because the light that we're going to need is going to already be there. That's the same light right now, y'all. We don't need the light of the world. We don't need the light or the insight of the Hebrew Israelite movement. We need the light that rests therein, that leads us, guide us, show us what righteous is, show us how to love, how to forgive, how to not hate. That's what this light does, that Sister Deborah is telling you all to go to. That light is waiting for you all on the other side. And I ain't talking the other side of life. I'm talking about the other side of making a choice that I'm going to go to the direction of the light. I don't know who this lady is, but she tells us we need to go toward the light. The light would show you the darkness, and it would show you exactly what the darkness is consist of. Okay, so that's why it's important to go to the light as well, so it can be able to identify to you what the night and the darkness really look like. And you can be able to sit on this platform and listen to people, and you'll know already, are they in the darkness, or are they in the light? It's a big difference, you guys. It's a big difference when you walk in the light, because you're walking in that faith, that trust, that love of the Most High Yah, that grace and mercy that you understand that He has poured out among all mankind. If He grafted the Gentiles in, what a lot of the Hebrew Israelite movement would say, those Gentiles were Hebrew Israelite men, or Hebrews. That's what they would say. To keep from accepting that the Gentiles and the heathens were also and had opportunity to be grafted in. He said, until the days of the Gentile is over. You see, so he had a time where he was allowing other nations to come in. Do you think it was based on a name that we call? No. You think it was based on our ways? No. Our thoughts? No. So therefore, we can't turn around and hold them liable for what name they use. Let Yah do what he does best. He know what he birthed in them. He know if they chose him or not. How dare we be the judge of who they call Yah or who they call they serve? We can't judge them in who they serve. Why? Because we have been known to profane his name and disrespect his name. We are the only nation that he have taken down by great numbers. Look like every season. Why you think he's selling all them prophets? It's because he kept always having to have someone there to get these same people eyes to open and to stop doing the things that they were doing. And you all pedophiles, whoring, as far as idling, and both ways were they doing. The men. You see, and then no one wants to talk about, well, wait a minute. We are the worst of the worst. And that's being that is what you call profaned his name. He can't be lying about us doing profaning his name. We the liars, and he's the truth. It's just that we want to be right and make everybody else wrong. But we are the wrong ones. And I think that's why we can't repent. And I still say we owed him an apology day and night. You need to be apologizing to him. Because if you really grip the idea that he have to, he must, and he have to clean your nasty tail up just to take you over to the land that he promised Abraham, because he couldn't see himself having anything to do with you the way that you are today. So he got to clean you up to take you over there. Oh, but he's going to let you get over there for a moment, and then he's going to start letting you see who you really were. You ain't going to escape it. And they thinking they are. They thinking, oh, he's going to wipe away everything. He's going to, no. That's after the final judgment. But when we get over there, he's going to clean us up real good to take us, to allow us to go back to the land that he promised Abraham. He couldn't let us go over there now because we are low. He could if he cleaned us up now. But I thank him for having everything set up in his time. Today is that day, and that means that anything's subject to go down. So I, Sister Deborah, would say to you all, I hope you got something out of this here message, and I will say to you all, have a good night, and apologize to the Most High Yah. Tell him that we are sorry, and cry out that our men would apologize and repent in the proper order. That's all we can do. It's just do our part and hope that Yah would accept our repent, which he will, and apology, because we owed him a lot of them. So I, Sister Deborah, will say to you all, I must go now, because it's really that time for me to kind of go to sleep. I got a busy day tomorrow. So I say unto you, have a blessed night, and shalom, and shalom, and shalom.